Ever wondered how the flame-grilled Whopper became a global icon? The story of Burger King is a classic American tale of ambition, rivalry, and a whole lot of burgers. Let's take a trip back in time to where it all began. Our journey starts not with a king, but with a man named Keith J. Kramer in Jacksonville, Florida. In 1953, inspired by the original McDonald's brothers operation in San Bernardino, California, Kramer and his wife's uncle, Matthew Burns, decided to open their own fast food joint. They called it Insta-Burger King. The Insta part came from their star piece of equipment, the Insta-Broiler oven, which was great at cooking burgers quickly and evenly. The first Insta-Burger King was a hit, and they quickly began franchising the concept. For a short time, things looked bright, but running a fast-growing franchise is tough, and by 1954, the original company was struggling financially. This is where two Miami-based franchisees, James McLemore and David R. Edgerton, entered the picture. They saw the potential in the concept, but also its weaknesses. McLemore and Edgerton were sharp businessmen. They believed in the core idea, but knew they could do it better. One of their first major innovations was to get rid of the temperamental Insta-Broiler. They developed a new gas-powered flame broiler, which they called the This wasn't just a technical upgrade. It became their unique selling proposition. That smoky, flame-grilled taste was something you couldn't get at McDonald's, and they leaned into it hard. By 1957, they had ditched the Insta prefix and officially became just Burger King. That same year, they introduced the burger that would define their brand, the Whopper. It was intentionally created to be bigger and more satisfying than the competition's offerings. Priced at 37 cents, it was a beast of a burger for its time, and customers loved it. The Whopper was their secret weapon in the burgeoning burger wars. With a winning formula in hand, McLemore and Edgerton bought the national rights to the company in 1959 and started expanding aggressively. They established Burger King Corporation and standardized everything from the restaurant design to the menu. They created a simple, repeatable system that allowed them to scale rapidly across the United States. They introduced the first iteration of the King mascot and the catchy slogan, "Home of the Whopper," cementing their brand identity. For the next decade, Burger King grew steadily under their leadership. They were pioneers in franchising, offering a structure that was appealing to many entrepreneurs. They built a strong foundation, but by 1967, they felt they had taken the company as far as they could on their own. They decided to sell Burger King to the Pillsbury Company for $18 million. The Pillsbury era was a mixed bag. On one hand, the corporate giant had the resources to fuel massive expansion. Burger King went from being a regional player to a national powerhouse. They hired a former McDonald's executive, Donald N. Smith, in 1978 to shake things up. Smith was a master of operations. He restructured the franchise agreements to enforce stricter standards on cleanliness and service. He also broadened the menu, introducing the first specialty chicken sandwich and a breakfast line to compete more directly with McDonald's morning offerings. This was also the era of the legendary Burger Wars. Burger King launched the Have It Your Way campaign, which was a brilliant marketing move. It highlighted their flexibility and customer choice, contrasting it with the more rigid, assembly line approach of their main rival. They followed this up with aggressive, and sometimes controversial, comparative advertising. Remember the campaign where they claimed their flame-broiled burgers were preferred in taste tests over McDonald's fried patties? It was bold, it was audacious, and it got people talking. However, the relationship with Pillsbury wasn't always smooth. There was a constant rotation of leadership, and the company seemed to lack a consistent long-term vision. This inconsistency plagued them for years. In 1989, another major change occurred. The British company Grand Metropolitan acquired Pillsbury, and by extension, Burger King. The 90s saw more attempts to innovate. They introduced the hugely successful value menu and tried various new burgers, though not all of them were hits. Remember the Burger King Big King? It was a clear attempt to create a Whopper-like version of the Big Mac. The ownership carousel continued to spin. In 1997, Grand Metropolitan merged to become Diageo, a beverage conglomerate. For Diageo, Burger King was never the core focus, and the brand's performance began to lag. Sales stagnated, and the marketing message became muddled. It felt like the king had lost his crown. Finally, in 2002, a consortium of private equity firms, including TPG Capital, Bain Capital, and Goldman Sachs, purchased Burger King for $1.5 billion. This marked a new chapter. The new owners were determined to revitalize the brand. They brought back the King mascot in a new, slightly creepy, but highly memorable form. You probably remember those ads with a guy in a giant plastic king mask showing up in weird places. It was viral marketing before viral marketing was even a mainstream term. They also went back to basics, focusing on the core menu and the quality of the Whopper. They invested heavily in remodeling restaurants and improving the customer experience. This strategy paid off, and the company went public in 2006. But the story doesn't end there. In 2010, another private equity firm, 3G Capital, bought Burger King for $3.26 billion. 3G Capital was known for its aggressive cost-cutting and efficiency-driven management style. They implemented a strategy of refranchising, selling most of their company-owned restaurants to franchisees. This made the parent company leaner and more focused on brand management and marketing. Under 3G, Burger King has become known for its incredibly clever and daring marketing. They've mastered the art of grabbing headlines with campaigns like the Whopper Detour, which sent customers to McDonald's to unlock a 1-cent Whopper deal on the BK app, and the moldy Whopper, which graphically showed their burger decomposing over time to highlight the removal of artificial preservatives. It's risky, but it has kept the brand relevant and in the cultural conversation. In 2014, Burger King merged with the Canadian coffee and donut chain Tim Hortons to form a new parent company, Restaurant Brands International, or RBI today. RBI also owns Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen, and Firehouse Subs. This structure allows them to share resources and best practices across multiple iconic brands. From a single shop in Jacksonville with a finicky oven to a global empire with over 18,000 locations, the history of Burger King is a roller coaster of innovation, rivalry, and constant reinvention. It's a testament to the power of a great idea, the flame-grilled burger, and the relentless drive to adapt and compete. The burger wars may have cooled down from their 80s peak, but the competition never stops. And through it all, Burger King has proven that it will always fight for its place on the fast food throne. Thanks for watching. What's your favorite thing to order at Burger King? Let me know in the comments below. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories behind the brands you know and love. See you next time.